Now that we've seen all of the graphs, it's time to take a closer look at how the graphs progress and move the way they might move symmetrically, and my hypothesis of what and how I think things would happen. Now let's start with the trends of each dataset. These were some of the open trends that I found and listed. I'm sure there are many more, but I don't want to spoil the fun for the other competitors. First, let's start with the salt level trends. So here are some salt level trends. I noticed that the salt levels usually increased in 2007 and sometimes 2012. High salt levels seem to be more common after dry periods and be low on current sunny days. And finally, areas past Piermont have extremely low salt levels. If you remember from the beacon data and beyond, the salt levels were very low. You could hardly see the line graph. Next is a pollution and human impact trend. The factors of the set all seem to be increasing since 1900, but after 1970, they all went down. This would be a result of the Clean Water Act regulations and trying to take care of the river and make it healthy again. Here are some sea level trends. The sea level seems to be constantly increasing, about 3 inches or 5 millimeters a year, or 0.05 meters every 10 years. As pollution and global warming keep climbing, the sea level will climb too. And lastly, the fish population trends. First, there were only 2 cities that the Atlantic silverside and ctenophora resided in. Both towns had high salinity levels. The Atlantic silverside and ctenophora must like saltier water. Spot-tailed shiner is located in all but one place, Piermont. Even though blue crab, striped bass, spot-tailed shiner, and banded killfish all reside in varieties of salinity levels, blue crab and striped bass seem to reside in saltier areas a little bit more than freshwater areas, and spot-tailed shiner and banded killfish seem to reside in freshwater areas just a little bit more than saltier areas. The sunfish is seen at only Norrie Point, and it is the most populous fish at Norrie Point. And lastly, both salt and weather can affect the fish pretty strongly. So those were the trends that I put in and noticed. Now let's take a look at some of my hypotheses that I came up with. First, why does the salt increase after dry periods? Maybe the solar energy heats the water, which the salt uses to be more active in the future. Why are the Atlantic silverside and ctenophora at high salinity towns, Bexac and Piermont? The Atlantic silverside's habitat is generally near the water's edge. The ctenophora also resides mostly near the coast. Therefore, the Atlantic silverside and ctenophora are fish that mostly reside in salt water or at high fish salinity levels. Why does the sunfish only prosper in 1 out of 6 places, and why is it so populous there? The sunfish may be comfortable with the salt there, or maybe because it's in between the downflow and the upflow, which makes the nutrients more available to the fish, especially the sunfish, since he's nowhere else. Why did all of the pollution and human impact parts decrease after 1970? The Clean Water Act put regulations in which improved the quality of the river. Less garbage was being dumped in the river, which lowers the TSS, and the TN and TEP levels went down, altogether lowers the BOD. Because less pollution was going on, less people could find jobs, so less people lived nearby, therefore the historic human population went down as well. Why did the blue crab jump up in 2009 at some places mid-fresh sea? The strong blowing winds made other fish catches poor, but not the blue crab. Maybe the strong winds push more common fish away somewhere, but the blue crab all of a sudden towards places between the water and the sea. Also, when the fish get pushed more towards the point where the salt water and the fresh water flow into each other, the nutrients can be captured easily because of the estuary, which the blue crabs can eat and use. When and how do I think the sea levels will change, and what will whatever level cause? More pollution equals more heat energy, which melts the frozen water, which raises the water level. I think that it will increase if we don't lower pollution and global warming. Why do areas past Piermont have extremely low salt levels? The salt water flows upriver. Soon, the salt water will be captured by the fresh water and eventually stop flowing at a certain height. The less salt water, the less salt. This place where salt water loses flow and appearance might be somewhere in between Piermont and Beacon. We've talked about everything that I made in this project, and we are done with all of the data. Our Hudson River is a very special place, and we should do everything we can to take care of it. I had a lot of fun creating this project, and I hope to do it again. Our Hudson River, a supermarket that never closes, and it's free for the taking of the animals that are there, provided the water is clean and safe for all visitors. And from that, I would like to conclude this film. Feel free to share it with your friends, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Cancel. Okay. No. Screen recording. 6. Okay. There.